Hi there everyone, this is the Innovative Traders and welcome to our channel. In this video guys, I'll be doing a market breakdown on Gbpjpy, Chfjpy and just a recap on Audusd. So without wasting any further time, let us get on to the chart. Remember on last week Sunday I've set up on Audusd on the previous video before the one I posted on Wednesday. Then I posted again an update on Wednesday, an entry update. I really hope you were able to catch this move because like it's currently like playing out at the moment. Remember, whenever when I posted the video, I was saying that price has impulsed down. We're actually waiting for an entry, either for this correction, we can wait for it to fully develop, which is what it did. So basically it played out as anticipated. Now it's currently running at 1%. So we're still looking to hold it towards the downside basically. So I really hope you're able to catch this trade, and this is how we saw it from the higher time frame. From the higher time frame, we saw that prices basically are in a downtrend. We're having what? We're having a high, a low, a lower high, then a lower low. This is basically our lower high to give us what? Another lower low. And again, another confluence. We're having a head and shoulders here. Head and shoulders. Price broke the neckline and it's giving us this retest in a corrective manner. So this is how we were able to catch this as our sell opportunity on Audusd. So basically the Audusd is shooting towards the downside. We're looking to hold it up until this level as being our first target, and we're going to pay attention to how price reacts on this area here. If it breaks, we're holding it up until here. Then when it comes to here, we have to check if price is not going to respect this as a continuation pattern based on the high time frame structure. This can still act as an impulse, correction, then continuation. Just have to make room for that also. So we are currently holding Audusd. I really hope you guys were also able to catch it. It's looking very nice. It's basically it's looking very healthy, I can say, because there are no deep pullbacks so far based on what it's doing currently. I think it's kind of like forming another version, same version of this one here, this one here, in this manner. So we just have to wait and see how the market opens tomorrow. If you're getting something like this, maybe you can catch a passable scale in also and take it to the downside to capitalize on this 4% move. So that's it for Audusd. Another thing I want to show you, gold. I want to show you gold, XAUSD. Let me show you gold. Remember I said we were looking for selling opportunities. Then again I said that we have to make room. Remember we had something like this, being our flat continuation pattern, and we had this ascending type of channel. Then we had this break here. We had this break before price did this. We had this break here. Remember we're having a head and shoulders pattern. Then we had this first impulse down from this correction here. Then we're expecting a continuation, which it did. It dropped, then it failed to violate the previous higher low of this channel, because we had a high, a higher low, a high, a higher low. Then it went up to give us a high, and it failed to violate the previous higher low. That's why price reversed from that level. Hence I was saying to you that we have to make room for this channel based on how price is moving. We're looking for selling opportunity, but then we have to like put our mind neutral for in case this happens, which is what really happened as we focused it. That is the power of forecasting, by the way. Remember I said we have to make room for this channel. This one here. I think it was this one. No, it was this one. Yeah, somewhere here. We have to make room for this one here before price did that. You have to make room for this channel. Price can still treat this as a continuation to push to the downside, since overall we're looking for what? Buying opportunities on gold. So that was basically a short-term sell. So price gave us that small sell from this type of leg. Then it failed to violate this previous higher low. It gave us what? A double bottom. Hence price short to the upside. It showed to the upside, gave us an impulse correction. Impulse correction came NFP liquidity hunts, then it pushed towards the upside to give us that clear confirmation of a buy. So we've like focused at this move. If you didn't focus, you would be surprised why is this thing happening. This thing focusing helps you like not to put your eye on one bias, your mind on one bias. You basically focusing what's going to happen for the probable side and for the possible side. Yes, whenever you have a strategy is going to be like 90% probable, but then you don't have to forget about the 90% that can always happen. That can like invalidate your setup. That is why you have to focus the probable and the possible. So we saw this move coming. So you're not surprised when it happens. We like acted accordingly to our management plan. Because the aim of price action, as a trader, you must pay attention to how price reacts on its swing lows and swing highs. Whenever price gets on swing lows and swing highs, you have to pay attention. What is price doing? Is price breaking or continuing? Is price breaking or continuing? Swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high. You have to check price. Is it price going to break or reverse? Let's say it's something like this: swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. Then it approaches that swing high in this manner. You're paying attention. Okay, now price is about to give me what? A double top. It might reverse, or price might move in this manner here. Swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. Then it breaks impulsively. If it breaks impulsively, then you know that they're expecting what? A continuation at the top of it. So it's all about paying attention to how price reacts on its swing highs. You can get a swing high, swing low, a swing high, a very deep swing low. Doesn't mean that the trend is changing. You just have to check how price is going to react on this swing low. It can come to this area impulsively, then push back up, consolidate in this manner, then push back up. Or it can just come in this manner, just to create what we call mass psychology, to catch people on the side of the market, then fully trace back and continue with our bias. If it's a reversal, obviously it has to break the previous swing low. It has to break it, create a continuation pattern at the bottom, then shoot towards the downside. So it's all about paying attention to how price reacts on its previous swing lows and swing high. Hence, I focused on that. Yes, we're looking for selling options, but make room. We can go to the video before the previous one, so you can actually get to understand what I'm talking about. We are looking for selling opportunities based on the impulse correction, which it did, but then it failed to violate this low here. That is why I said we have to make room for this channel. It can act as a continuation also. Basically taking those sells with cautious. So that's it for gold. It gave us that confirmation of a buy. We're just waiting for it to cross that overall bigger structure. So let us get to our pairs, which is Gbpjpy, Chfjpy, AUDUSD. Like I said, we're still looking for selling opportunities. It's all about looking for what continuation patterns from that point. So whenever you're analyzing the market, you have to keep your mind as neutral as possible at all times. As neutral as possible. So let us take a look at Gbpjpy. Gbpjpy is pretty much straightforward. We're in a bearish bias, I can say. Based on how price action currently, how it moved from this section here. It's an impulse. This is basically what? A flat continuation. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Anticipating price to do what? To drop to the downside. So this is like straightforward. It's not that complicated. We have a low from the weekly time frame. It should be blue, not red. We have a low. We're having a double top, by the way. A double top. This was a swing high, by the way. So now let us check how price approached the swing high. It approached it in a structural manner. We're having this 1, 2, 3 structure here. 1, 2, 3 structure. 1, 2, 3 structure, and we're having the bottom. But this is basically what we call a rising wedge. A rising wedge, respecting what this flat continuation pattern. This is basically a flat continuation, by the way. This is a flat continuation. Let me clear the ray line so you can get to see what I'm actually talking about. This is called a flat continuation. Let us zoom out so you can see it also. This is a flat continuation. We're having what? An impulse, consolidation, then expecting what? A drop to the downside, based on how price approach this level. So for Gbpjpy, we're looking for what? For selling opportunities for the longer term. Now we have to look for what? For entry trigger. Let us clean our chart so that you can get to focus on the current market price. We're having a double top, an impulse down, flat continuation, a structural approach to our previous high. Obviously, we're having the first section of the pattern. This is basically our middle section. Third touch, first touch, second touch, third touch. We're expecting what? To drop based on the bearish these candlestick patterns. We've closed on a bearish momentum. So let us dive into the daily to get to see, to adjust our key levels accurately. Sorry about the network, it's a bit slow because of it's windy outside. Sorry about the network. So this is what we're currently having at the moment. We have this structure, 1, 2, 3 structure, which is pretty much picture perfect, by the way. So anticipating price for the longer term to break out, give us a continuation, then drop in this manner, giving us a possible larger head and shoulder on the higher time frame, then drop to the downside, possibly reach the 90% rule. If it breaks, that implies if it breaks impulsively from this trend, from this guideline trend. So let us adjust our lines accurately. And also another thing, remember I said you have to pay attention to our price approaches, our swing lows. This here, never mind this one. This here is a swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high. So we're going to mark this one with your ray line as being your overall first take profit, by the way. You're going to pay attention to how price is going to arrive on that area, because why? It's a swing low. It's a swing low. So let us dive into the 4-hour time frame to identify the phase that we're currently at. So based on the current market price, this was a bit tricky. Surely most people were seeing which is very, very right, an impulse correction. They're expecting another impulse, but then you have to check the higher time frame momentum. What is the higher time frame doing? And another tip I can give is that always check the last part of price action before you can take it. Always check the last part of price action. If you can check, it's a bit corrective. That's why price dropped towards the downside. It's a bit corrective. So yes, you are right. If you can say this is basically an impulse, this was going to be a continuation to the upside. But then you have to open your eyes and look between the lines. High time frame is saying downside. We're currently from a third touch. Now we're heading towards the downside. We're from a swing high. We are expecting what? A swing low. And what is the last part, the last piece of price action? What is it saying to you? If you can go to the 1-hour time frame, you can see price is a bit corrective, giving us that clear indication that this is basically acting as there's this pattern that we call a running channel, by the way. Running channel. It usually sits in the form of a reversal pattern, but then the last part of it gives that continuation of the initial momentum. If you were selling, then you're seeing a running channel. Some will think it's a reversal, but then if you can read the last part of it, it's going to give you a continuation. I'll give you an example if I end this video. Look at this nature of price action. Some can say this as a channel. A bullish flag, by the way, a bullish flag. But then, based on how price moved, this last piece of price action, that was corrective. Gave us a head and shoulders on a 15-minute time frame. That's why it dropped to the downside. So this one wasn't acting as what? As an impulse correction impulse. It's all about reading between the lines. Spotting this impulse and correction is very easy, but then you have to read the market and study it. What is the market presenting to me, and act according to what the market is saying to you. Don't dictate the market, just follow it. Read the market, read between the lines. So now take a look at how price is currently at right now. It has impulse down. So now we are in this man. After an impulse, obviously expecting to see what? a consolidation to give us continuation momentum, by the way. So now currently we're expecting a continuation pattern on this level here before price can drop down. That is basically the signal that you're waiting for price to give us what? A consolidation before it can drop, since price is impulsive, since it's impulsive from this manner. So this is basically going to be act as our trend guide. Price can still come in this manner here, consolidate to this manner. From this part it can drop. Because of why? We're having an impulse, expecting consolidation. The possible part, price can just consolidate towards the downside and still respect the overall trend line and shoot towards the upside, maybe to possibly test the highs before it can drop. You have to keep your mind neutral as possible. So it's all about understanding what the market is doing in the current moment. Price, read it and follow it. Don't dictate it, don't force direction, just read what the market is saying to you. So now this is the 4. Let's go back to the 4 time frame. Price is impulsive. You're anticipating what? Price to give us what? A consolidation channel here before it can break out to give us that full clear confirmation and to give us those overall sell moves towards the downside. Because of the high time frame is saying downside, sell moves towards the 90% row, So that's it for Gbpjpy. We're expecting what? Selling opportunities. Let us go to Chfjpy. Chfjpy, I also did it last week. I'm just doing a recap on it so that you can get to capitalize on it. Remember, we had this strong impulse down, this larger correction. This is basically also straightforward. It's also a JPY pace. We're having this structure here. We're having this structure, a 1, 2, 3 structure at the top there, which is pretty much straightforward. We're expecting price to drop towards the downside, respecting the previous impulse and respecting this type of price action pattern, which is a bearish continuation flag. Oh, I said I want to show you a running channel. Running channel will impulse down, it will react in this manner, it will react in a reversal manner. You have to pay attention to the last part of price action. Based on its reversal, you will think price will go to the upside. Based on this its form, you will think price is going to break towards the upside, but then the last part of it will give you that indication of where is this pattern going to react to. The last part of it is going to be corrective. That is why we're calling it the continuation pattern. It will surely shoot towards the downside. That's what you saw on Gbpjpy. It's a running channel. It is printed as in a form of a reversal, but then the last part of it will give you that indication. Same applies to a bullish running channel. It's in this manner here. The last part of it will give you an indication of what is going to happen next. And sorry about the noise that you're hearing currently. So this is what we're having. Chfjpy. Let us go back to it. Let us go back to Chfjpy. Chfjpy. So Chfjpy is pretty much straightforward. We're having what? An impulse, consolidation, first touches, second touches, third touches. We're expecting price to drop to the downside. Why? We had a swing low, we had a swing high, we had a swing low. Take a look at how price broke the swing high. It broke it correctively. Basically meaning there's no longer progression towards the upside. So we're expecting price to pull back down. Why it broke correctively is basically wiping out all the retail traders. People are depending on support and resistance. It's wiping them up. It's wiping them off up. So that's why price broke correctively towards the upside. This is basically catching people on the wrong side of the market. That's why it broke in this manner. This is basically in a form of a double top, by the way. This is basically an M formation. But in this manner, it broke above to catch people on the wrong side of the market before it can drop. Sometimes you can see a picture perfect double top sometimes. But then for price breaking that high, it increases that probability of selling opportunities. We basically call this mass psychology, by the way. catching people on the wrong side of the market. So now price is broken the high correctively in ascending channel and with an ascending type of channel. High time frame is saying impulse consolidation, multi-touch confirmation. We're expecting price to shoot towards the downside. Let us go to the 4-hour time frame to refine our entry levels. 4-hour time frame to refine our entry levels. It's a bit windy outside, so the neck gets a bit slow. The weather is not looking good. So we are having this structure. Let me go to the we are having this structure. Let's go to the daily. This inner structure here. This is basically, let's go for the recent touches to build in accuracy. So this is basically a 1, 2, 3 structure. We're having the first touch, second touch, third touch. We're anticipating the price to drop down. We're having the first section of the pattern, the middle section of the pattern, at third touch. This is basically in the same type of channel, expecting it to shoot towards the downside. So it might be receiving something like this. Something like this. This is what we're currently expecting price to push down, then give us a continuation pattern around these areas before it can drop. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame to see what is currently happening, the phase that the market is currently presenting, where it is right now. Okay, we are having this channel. Let us rein this back so that you can get the focus on the current price action. Put this back. Let us see. We have the top part. We have the bottom part. This is basically an impulse correction, correction towards the upside, indicating a reversal pattern. Remember, for the continuation, you're going to see a push, a correction towards the downside. This is an indication of price going to the downside to collect strength, basically, before it can shoot towards the upside. But then if you can see price pushing up, start to consolidate towards the upside, it's basically showing that it's losing momentum. It will now reverse. That's the difference. This one will fall, probably retrace to where the impulse is currently from. Then this one will consolidate towards the direction where the impulse is heading to. That's the difference between them. So if you can check currently what we're having here, we're having this type of nature. This is basically we have to wait for structure to develop a bit. We're having this here. We're only having 1, 2. So price, remember, price can treat this as our first section and this as our middle section. It can push up, respect the double top, then drop, or it can push up, give us a third touch, then drop. That will act as a pattern extension. If it doesn't do that, it can just break here, give us a consolidation here, then drop, giving us what? A head and shoulders pattern. So we're having 3 scenarios. Either we're going to see this happening, or we're going to see price going back up, respecting this impulse correction, giving us what? Our middle section, respect our double top. That is the second scenario. The third scenario, we're either going to see price pushing towards the upside and reacting in this manner to give us what? A third touch before it can drop towards the downside and give us what? A pattern extension as an ascending type channel, increasing the probability of this trade. So we're having 3 scenarios, but currently, since price is like this, we are looking for price to act as to respect this channel as a middle section. Why? We're having what? An impulse correction. We're expecting what? An impulse and a drop from there, giving us this what? Giving us this price action as a pattern extension, before it can drop. So it's a matter of waiting and reading what the market is telling us. So Chfjpy, you're looking for selling opportunities. Gbpjpy, you're looking for selling opportunities. Let me take you through them again. Gbpjpy, we're looking for selling opportunities. we are expecting a continuation around this area here. We're expecting a continuation around this area based on high time frame structure. Based on high time frame structure, we're having a flat continuation. We had a strong impulse down from the week time frame, then we are currently in a long consolidation channel. This is basically a flat continuation. Look at how price approached this double top area. It approached it in a structural manner. That was basically our previous swing high. That is where the money is currently coming in. That is where the institutions are focusing at, on this strong reversal point. You just have to pay attention to how price approaches those areas. So it will respect this wedge. We will just have to pay attention to how price is reacting. We're expecting for selling opportunities on Gbpjpy. Audusd, we are still continuing with our selling opportunities. We're currently looking for what bearish continuation, respecting this high time frame structure. Impulse, correction, impulse are possible up until to this 90% rule of the channel as being our mid target, as our mid target. So for now, you just have to like focus. Whenever you're seeing something like this, if price is impulsive, you have to focus mainly on the 1 hour and 15 minutes time frame for your entry points. The moment you see a flag, you set your orders below, then wait for price to play out. So Audusd, you're looking for scaling in opportunities, still having the first position running. It is currently moved at break even, or it's raining. It's currently moved to break even. So Audusd selling opportunities, Gbpjpy selling opportunities, Chfjpy selling opportunities. That is all for this video. Network is jamming because of it's currently raining at the moment. Sorry about that. It's nature. So yeah, that's it for the video. I really hope you guys get to capitalize on this coming week, and hope you guys will have a priority week ahead. And thank you for all those who are new to my channel, and those who are returning. I really appreciate the love and support, and I really hope you are really learning something from this channel and gaining value from it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and also share the video to your friends so they can get to learn something from it. Like, you know, so these days things like mentorship are a bit expensive, you know. So I really hope you get to gain something from this channel. So without any further ado, innovative traders, we out.